I don't know why I'm so nervous to do this video. Before I start, cheers from Bubbler. They're not the sponsor of today's video, although I so wish they were. If you haven't had Bubblers before, highly recommend them. I used to be obsessed with them from Wisconsin, and they sold them there. They're based there, I believe. But then when we moved to Florida, they didn't have them here, but they do now. And they're my absolute favorite. So as you can see, I'm in a different spot today than I usually am for sit-down videos. So this is my makeshift reading corner, I guess, just for this video. This is also my makeshift TBR cart because I don't have one and I don't have the money to spend to buy one. So this is my physical TBR, or some of it. This is all of like my fiction TBR. So for today's video, I figured I would do something a little bit different. And if you're new here, welcome to my channel. I'm so happy you clicked on today's video. And for those that have been here before, welcome back. I'm so excited. Today we are going to be doing, as you saw from the title, TBR jar prompts. Pick my reads for August. So I have seen Rachel Catherine do this before on her channel so many times, so many months. She will choose her TBR based on some prompts that she makes and she puts into a little jar. So it doesn't look like it, but I actually have a ton of them in here, and I'm just gonna pick. I was trying to decide how many, but I think I'm just gonna do only 6 this time, this month, because I do have a series that I mentioned in my last TBR video that I wanted to read and I didn't get to because we just didn't plan for all the traveling and everything that we were gonna do. So the Hunger Games series, so I do want to get to most of these books this month, if not all of them. It should be a quick read because I have read them before, so I do know what happens. I'm not gonna have to do any story building or learn any new characters' names or anything like that, but it's gonna be a really fun series to reread. And then with the exception of the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, I'm really excited to be able to read that. Okay, that's way too bright. There isn't much light. I figured I would turn on my ring light because there isn't much light here right now because there's a huge storm going on outside. I don't know if you can hear it in the background, but I figured that I would plug in my ring light. Just there's a little bit extra light for this video, so I almost forgot to turn it on. So sorry for the drastic light change. But okay, so anyway, like I was saying, I do want to get to the Hunger Games series and read the new Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes book before seeing the movie when it comes out. I think it comes out in November. I might be very much wrong on that, but either way, I do want to reread the series and read this book before seeing that movie when it comes out. So I do want to get to that this month, and I'm really, really hoping I stick to it. But I am a mood reader, so we'll see. For the rest of the books for this month, I figured I would do from the TBR jar prompts. So let's, without further ado, choose our first prompt. I'm so nervous. So if you haven't heard of a TBR jar prompts, a TBR prompts jar, you write down a bunch of different prompts that help you pick out books that's based on the look of the book, the style of the book, stuff like that, the type of author, everything like that. So there's a bunch of different ideas and prompts online, and for me, I just looked up a bunch on Pinterest. I believe that's what Rachel Catherine does too, but yeah, I looked up a bunch on Pinterest and then just wrote them all down on pieces of paper, cut them up, and put them in my little jar. So let's do the first one. A book with a number in the title. Let's see. Oh my gosh, is my first prompt not gonna have... Oh my gosh, what do I do? My very first one doesn't have a number in the title. Okay, I don't know what to do. I'm gonna save that one for another time and I'll pick a new prompt. Molly's sitting over there just looking at me so sad because she wants snuggles. Read a new to you author. Ooh, okay. Sarah Adams is a new author to me. Catherine Center is a new author to me. Summer Broken Rules, that's a new author to me. And Lucy Score is actually a new author to me. I haven't read her books before. And so is Mia Sheridan. Ooh, there's so many that are new authors. I'll do Sarah Adams. So this is her first book of 2, When in Rome, and then her second book is Practice Makes Perfect. So I'll do When in Rome. I had this on my TBR list in the past, so I'll do that one because that's a quick, easy read, and I gotta go easy on myself with the Hunger Games series, so I'll do that one. So When in Rome by Sarah Adams is my first one. Okay, so 1 down, 5 to go. A blue cover. Oh, yay. Okay, so I was really wanting to choose this one and I didn't. So I was nervous, but here is a blue cover, Archer's Voice by Mia Sheridan. So I've been really wanting to get to this book because I heard on Alexa Ray's channel, this is one of her all-time favorite romance novels that she's read. One of her favorite books that she's read ever. Like, she talks about it so often and how this still stands the test of time as one of her favorite romance books. Archer's Voice, if you haven't heard of it before, it is a romance novel, and it's based on Archer is the main character, and So the only thing that I do know about this book is that the main character meets this guy, Archer, and he is deaf. And so she like sees the world through his eyes. And I don't know, I just heard it's a really good romance book and I want to read it. So Archer's Voice, I'm choosing that one with the blue cover. Okay, oh, it's not the jar, but I will take a sip. Next is a book you think is going to be a 5-star. Ooh, okay. I'm doing it. Oh, do I want to do that one or do I want to do... Okay, I'm trying to decide between Once Upon a Broken Heart and Ever the Hunted. They're both such gorgeous covers, by the way. Like, look at them. They're like shiny and everything, but Ever the Hunted is a book that I've only heard about once on, I think I saw it mentioned in a TikTok only once, and it was, I don't know, they really loved it and said a book that no one has talked about that was a 5 stars or that they would recommend. But I know that this one would be a 5-star too, I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna go with Once Upon a Broken Heart. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna finally read it. Okay, that one back and maybe I'll get that one later. So that's 1, 2, 3. 3 down, 3 to go. A book title that starts with the word the. Okay, so we have The Love Wager, The Bodyguard, The Happy Ever After Playlist, The Do-Over. That's all I think. Okay, this one I also think is gonna be a 5-star because I've heard so many good things about it. Like, I know Haley Pham and Sarah Caroli have talked about how this book is like a huge fave of theirs, The Bodyguard, and yeah, I've heard really good things about it. So from what I've heard, he's a famous person and she's his bodyguard, and there's a little bit of fake dating trope in there, so I love a good fake dating trope, and I love that she's the bodyguard, not him, so that's awesome. So I think I'm gonna read The Bodyguard. Ooh, I'm so excited about this TBR this month. You'd think I would just pick these books up and read them, but there's so many good ones that I never know which one to do. Okay, 4 down, 2 to go. Okay, hold on. A book outside of your comfort genre. Okay, so for this one, I don't know. Okay, so I'm between Hooked and Red Rising. So Hooked isn't necessarily, okay, first I'll say the genres. So Hooked is a retelling, but it's a dark romance retelling. And Red Rising is a sci-fi book, I'm pretty sure. So both of those are really out of my comfort zone because I haven't really read any dark romance books yet. And I'm really nervous because, so this one, as you can tell from, or maybe you can't, but that's okay. Hooked is a Peter Pan retelling, but it's from Captain Hook's point of view. So, and from what I know, and this isn't any spoilers, it's that James, which actually is in the movie, James is Captain Hook's first name, but Captain Hook is the main character, and he supposedly is trying to win over Wendy, or gets Wendy, not Peter Pan. So I'm like, I don't know, I'm nervous because I feel like, I don't know if I'm gonna like that or not. So I do really want to read this book at some point. And this is actually, I'm borrowing this from my roommate and best friend, Michelle. So shout out to you. I want to give this book a try, but I also want to give Red Rising a try. But I'm kind of nervous because I'm already gonna be reading, I think I'm gonna go with Hooked. I'm gonna read Hooked. I've been wanting to give this a try for a while. I heard this one, it was a really good book. Another book that Alexa Ray has nonstop talked about, that she was one of her absolute 5-star reads. So I'm gonna give it a try because I really hope that's a good one too. Oh my gosh, so many of these that everyone has said is 5 stars. I'm so excited. Okay, last one. I could do this all day long. Okay. A book with a person's name in the title. None of them have a name in the title. Okay, save that one for another one. This better be it. A fantasy. Listen, I'm not getting to this book this month if I have all these books already. So if you see this one, I'm not getting to it this month, but that is a fantasy. These are fantasies too, The Shadow and Bone. Ever the Hunted, I'm pretty sure is fantasy as well. Am I about to read that book? Oh my god, all these books. I really hope that none of these are let down because I have so many that are predicted 5-star reads on my TBR pile. And I'm so scared that some of them aren't gonna live up to it, or all of them are gonna be 5 stars, then everyone's gonna be like, okay, does she really rate anything under a 5-star? Ooh. This one sounds so good. So the first sentence on the back of the book is, how can you track down a killer when he's the boy who stole your heart? But it also has some magic, dark magic, mad kings, and kingdoms that she has to go to and stuff like that in the book. So I've heard, like I said, really good things from the one person I heard talk about this book, and they said that they thought that this book needed more hype. So I definitely would love to get to this book and read it and give my opinion. So I think I'm gonna choose this book because I am absolutely not choosing Silver Flames, not this month. So I think I'm gonna choose Ever the Hunted, and that is it for my books this month on my TBR for going along with my TBR prompt jar. I'm so excited to start doing this. I think I'm gonna do this the next few months just to kind of help me get through my TBR list because I have so many books and there's so many good ones and I never know where to start and I panic and I just don't know what to choose. So I like this because it kind of chooses for me, but I have a little bit of options still if I have a few books that fall under what the prompt says. So I'm really excited to give these books a read. So let's go through all of my TBR lists for this month. So first, this was already predestined on my TBR list. So we have a reread of The Hunger Games, Catching Fire, Mockingjay, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, When in Rome, Archer's Voice, Once Upon a Broken Heart, The Bodyguard, Hooked, and Ever the Hunted. Oh my, that's so many books. Maybe I shouldn't have done 6. Who knows? Who knows if I get to all of these books or not, but it's a really fun TBR list to start with, and if I don't get to some of them, it's okay. They'll go back on the TBR quote cart, and I'll save them for another one, but I'm gonna try and get to as many of these as possible. It's a really good TBR list for August, so I'm hoping I get to a lot of them, but I am so excited for a lot of these books. A lot of these have been highly, like I said, highly anticipated reads for me, so I'm excited to get to them and see what I actually think about them and be able to share my thoughts with you guys. So make sure to stay tuned. Maybe I'll do a reading vlog or two on some of these books, like reading them. I for sure am going to be doing a reading vlog on rereading the Hunger Games series, so stay tuned for that because that is still coming out. And if you want to reread them along with me, if you've read them before, do that because I would love for people to reread with me. You can leave comments below if you're rereading them. I think that would be so much fun, kind of like our own little book club. But I'm so excited to get to those, especially before the movie comes out for the new one. And then of course all of these books as well. So I'll make sure to give you guys my thoughts. I'm so excited to read them. And yeah, thank you so much for watching today's video. Let me down below if you really liked this new style of choosing my TBR and if you want me to do it some more in the future. Let me know if you've also read any of these books and what you thought about them or what you rated them. I'm so excited to get to these books. And otherwise, yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!